And it's just gotta be you. It's chaos and we're getting it. It's episode 9. It is what it was. The interview, Jim Jones. Don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment, share the video, and subscribe. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's at 2Chaos on Twitter and Chaos718 on the gram. Graham. Jim Jones. Dipset. Harlem World. He's about to buzz in a minute. Is that you? It's gotta be you. Just gotta get that thumbnail saved. Let's go. Shout out to 914 the 718 Brooklyn. Let's go. All right. So on the last interview, we had Mike Epps. On the interview before that, we had Fat Joe. And this is gonna be. And then we had LeVar Ball. We had Frank Thomas. So this is gonna be exciting right now. Is that you? Jim Jones, where you at? It's perfect. It's Vontez perfect. Okay, there we go. Jones, let's go. Where you at? Jones, is that you? Is that Jim Jones? Where you at? Where you at, fella? Hey, fella. Hey, fella. Let's go. What up, bud? Hit that like button. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Is that you or you? Where is Jim Jones? We're ready for him. Jones, where you at? Where's Jones? Where's Jones at, fella? Hey, fella. Hey, fella. Where you at, fella? Jones. Jim Jones, the interview. Where's Jim Jones? Here's his channel. Yo, Comic. What up, fella? Welcome in. You're waiting for Jim Jones to pull up. Where is he? Yo, where's Jimmy Jones at? Where is he? Is that you? Jimmy Jones. Where you at, Jim Jones? Yo, Jimmy. Where you at? Is that you? Come on. We're going to hear him buzz in. So where is he? Let's drop him a comment on one of his videos. Oh, we got that one already. Jones, where you at? We're waiting for you, fella. Also known as the Ninth Light, 45 subs, a couple short videos. He's tuning in. He's hanging out with the people. He's doing his thing. You know, it's Jim Jones Dipset, baby. Jimmy Jones, Joel Santana, Freaky Ziggy, Cameron, Hell Rel. Come on, man. Say less. Where's the people at? We're just sitting here waiting, anticipating, and baking the cake while Jake the Snake Roberts fights Linda Roberts, and Jimmy Goblin is also known as Jimmy Jones, Jimmy Goblin. Welcome in. Smash that like, leave a comment, share the video, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's at 2Chaos on Twitter and Chaos718 on the gram. Where is he? Jim Jones. Joseph Guillermo Jones II, better known by his stage name Jim Jones, is an American rapper and record executive. He is a founding member of the hip-hop collective Diplomats alongside longtime friend and fellow Harlem native Cameron. In 2004, he released his solo debut album, On My Way to Church. He was born July 15th, man, just like me. That's crazy. That's insane. Where's Jim Jones? That's crazy. He doesn't even look 47. That's just like so insane, like how time just consumes you and like, you know, like what is good? Yo, my dude, where are you at? We are waiting for Jim Jones. Where's he at, man? Where's Jimmy Jones at, man? We're chilling. Jimmy Jones, yo. Get on the hotline. Let's go. Waiting for you. Is that you? Do you just join up right now? Is it possible you could get past the weapons of defense, mass destruction? No way. You can't do that, man. You're not allowed. You must pass go and then collect $200. You don't get the money before it's after. Okay, you work. Where's Jim Jones at, man? We're waiting for him. 10 minutes now. He said he was ready. Let's do it. Where is he? Jimmy Jones. We're being patient. Okay. We're going to give him a couple more minutes. And then it's going to be, I don't know. Jim Jones, where you at? Smash that like. Let's go, Jimmy. Where's Jimmy Jones? Where's Jimmy? Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Jones. Where is Jimmy? While we're waiting, let's yo, where is Jim Jones at, man? We're waiting for you, bro. Is that you? There you go. He's been crashing. That sucks. I know all about it. Trust me. But there he is, Jim Jones. Buzzing whenever you're ready, fella. We got 10 thumbs up in the chat. And then it's going to be a crazy interview. It's going to be a crazy interview, bro. Jim Jones has finally made it. Look, he's right here. Jimmy Jones. Is that you? Is that Jimmy? Whoa. Is that gotta be you, man? I'm chilling in the cut, live from New York City, all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. We appreciate you, man. Let's get it. Jim Jones is gonna join up, man, any minute, and let's do it. Got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of questions. Got some topics. Got some reverse questions. Got some situations. We got everything coming up in the next interview with Jim Jones from Dipset. Whenever he decides to join up. Hopefully it's soon. Is that you, fella? Jim Jones, what's good, my friend? Is that you? Look at him. Jim Jones, look at him.
What's up? Medicaid.
That shit is lit. Jim Jones is here. What is up, fella? How you doing, bro? Cheers up. Hey, Jimmy Jones.
What's up? Yeah. Brain's running really slow right now, so I'm chill.
Yo, how's your day, bro? How you doing today, man? Tell everyone who you are and where you're from.
California, somewhere, I don't know. It changes every day, it seems like. They change everything around. I don't know why. But yeah, California, Riverside's the main city. outskirts. That's it. Yeah, they change the shit every 5 years. It's kind of weird.
Yo, that's cool. But yo, yo, what you been doing tonight, bro? Just chilling out, vibing.
It's 4 pounds of chicken for 6 of us. Yeah, a little bit of cooking.
You cook some chicken?
Yeah, lemon pepper, garlic and herb, and salt and vinegar.
What, like chicken breasts,
Legs, a little bit of
legs?
breast, legs, thighs, wings. Yeah.
Yo, that's pretty cool, bro. Yo, I could eat chicken and like pizza constantly, like two foods, like 24/7.
That's a must. No.
Chicken, yo, there's so many ways you can make it. Fried chicken, like you could slice it up 100 ways and it's still good.
Oh yeah. Very
Yo,
true.
that rub that you put on the chicken, like Rio, I like Old Bay seasoning, like some salt and pepper, like some lemon spice, like you said. I mean, it's a flavor like that really savors it up, man. And then it's so um like it's so tender that it just like falls off the bone, like you don't even gotta cut it. Like it's beautiful.
True. 100% on that. Damn, cat won't leave me alone. Being all crazy right now.
I used to have a cat. I used to have a bunch of cats growing up. Obviously not all at the same time, but those motherfuckers are crazy as hell, bro.
That's how she's a crazy. The older one beats her up though when she gets annoying. It's funny. Like a cat missing. I'm like, ooh.
All right, yo, we're gonna get right to it, okay? Yo, the first question that we're gonna ask you is, in 3 words, describe what you're most grateful for.
I'd say people. Like air I'm breathing and the water. Or nah, water is not even real anymore. It seems like the food I eat. There we go. Which is
What? What? Yo, say that one more time. Yo, you broke up a little bit.
I'd have to say people that are honest. Thankful for that. Uh some herbs, of course. Like you
Oh
know,
hell yeah!
water the rest. And I guess the oxygen I breathe, that to say. Yeah. Pretty simple.
Yo, describe your perfect day.
Dang, that's a hard one. Sorry. I would have to say walking away from the way life is now. Like that'd be my perfect day. Just walking from everything that's structured now and leave it all behind. That'd probably be my best day.
What is on your bucket list?
Damn. To leave this country. One thing on it is to leave the country and go see what else is out there. Never left the United States.
So if you could travel anywhere, where would you go?
I'd have to go United Kingdom and Ireland, I'd say. Yeah.
United Kingdom and where?
Ireland.
Oh hell yeah, that's
Ireland.
a cool place.
That's where supposedly that's like where my blood's tracked to. So ancestor wise, just go see where I'd be from out there.
So then, um, the 2 places you want to visit before you die, those would be the 2 places.
Yeah, I'd have to say those two. Yeah.
What brings you joy?
Brings me joy. That's a serious one. Peace and quiet, I guess you'd have to say. I'm just
Oh
like a
yeah, it's so relaxing.
quiet guy. It brings me joy. It is quiet. Sitting next to someone, I have to talk and just chill and yeah, not have to talk, but not have to talk a lot. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you could meet anyone in the world, alive or deceased, who would it be?
Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, who is that?
He's the one that supposedly found free energy,
Okay.
and they he died somehow when he wasn't too old, and the government came and took all of his work, and Thomas Edison took over. He invented the first wireless remote control,
The first
and
wireless remote control. Okay.
he remote controlled a wireless speedboat way back. I read this for like a couple of years. I studied on him, but it was well, you can look up his death. It was like a couple of years before his death. It was like 2 years because Thomas Edison got real jealous, and there was a fight that really wasn't out there. You can find pieces of it, but I can't find no real structure of the truth. But the pieces line up. But it's just like no, 100%. But yeah, he was a very wise guy.
What's the most exciting venture you ever been on?
Oh man, that's a good one. When I was 20, I just turned 21. It was like a week later. And I had an S10 low rider with a long bed and a camper
Mm,
shell.
sweet truck.
Me and like I say like six of us just drove up in the mountains for like 2 days straight. Got lost and everything. We weren't scared. We were like, let's keep on driving to see where we go. Like that was the best time. We had no plans. We had no. It was just six of us. It was awesome.
Yo, S10s are nice trucks, man. I had like an older one, like in I think it was an '89.
Oh hell yeah, those are the good ones.
And it was standard 2-wheel drive. It was like two tone, like red and white, and it had that like thing over the top that had lights over the dashboard. No, the the windshield on the top. Like
Yeah,
it was sick.
lights. Like it had the lights going over. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a nice truck, but it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, they were nice. I know what you mean. Mine was a 99, so it was 10 years after yours. And
Oh hell yeah.
yeah, it was nice, but yeah, I had to replace a lot of stuff on it. And I got it with only like I want to say 35,000 miles on it. So I didn't get it too old. But I got it when I graduated 2001, so it was like 3 years old when I got it. But it came
Yeah,
with
remember the Chevy Blazers? Yo, they were tanks. They were some decent trucks, man.
those are the ones that had all the boxes and speakers in them because they can hold together with all that all the bass.
Yeah, like it was a whole box, like the whole truck, like the old school Chevy Blazers. Like they were cool looking, the 4-door and the 2-door.
I didn't see too many photo, but yeah, they were
Um,
classic.
yo, what prevents you from trusting someone?
I don't think I really have an issue with trusting somebody. It's just me letting someone trust. I would say someone letting someone trust me. I think that would be. I really don't have a problem because I accept people for who they are. But a real
Yeah.
big one,
Hmm.
I don't know. Honestly, like I would probably say just like I don't know because people are who they are. I really don't hold anything against them. But I used to disrespect. I used to be really hard on disrespect. Like if you disrespect me, fuck you. I never no other chance. Just get away
Nope.
from I'm done.
Yep.
I won't start anything. I'll just fucking just turn the shoulder on him. But I would say disrespect is probably the biggest one.
Okay. What event has had a large impact on your life?
Uh it's kind of been wiped. It was when I was real young. I can't remember exactly, but I know say I was 7, and something happened to me. I don't know what it was, but it just like I really truly can't remember. But it fucked me up for a while. I'd say a couple years, but it's almost like I forgot what it was. Like I shut it out, but it was something bad. But it's wiped. Like I did it myself. Don't
What's the best piece of advice that you've ever gotten?
don't be afraid to be yourself instead of fitting in.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't change to fit in. I'd say because then you become not you. Yeah. So don't be fake. Yeah.
Um, have you ever shoplifted?
Yes.
Me too, as
I'm
a
not
kid.
gonna lie. I've done some beer runs back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. It's down in Old Town Elsinore. The liquor store is closed. That it's like he kept it open just for us, like till midnight. Like he knew we would come in. Because the next day we'd come in and spend like $50. So he would be it's kind of like okay, but he knew what it was us. But yeah, it was more like a game thing. Before I mean if YouTube was around then, holy shit.
Yeah, I know. Like, could you imagine?
Oh fuck. Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy.
What's the best method? The best method to communicate for you?
I would say I'm a good listener. Like messaging's okay. I just read wrong. So I'm a visual listener. So like eye to eye talking or talking like this and hands on type of communication, like working with my hands. I understand that more than talking and listening. If that makes sense.
Oh, definitely. So, have you ever gone on a road trip before?
Oh,
Anywhere?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how far?
From here, driving would be near Utah. Yeah, California, Utah and Idaho. So we drove at night, middle of the night.
Damn.
Yeah. Don't know the exact miles, but we flew back. But we drove there. It was all right.
What's your favorite book to read?
I'm an Audible guy. I like Harry Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. They're pretty good books.
I think I've heard of them before.
Yeah, they're
I think
fiction.
so.
I like the fiction shit. Get
Um,
NCIS on TV.
hell yeah, yo, that's a really good shit. Yo, when's your birthday?
October 20th. This year I just turned 41.
Oh, you're gonna look it. Well, happy birthday, man. That's
And
awesome.
yeah, I got a baby freaking face. So it was my brother and my sister looks old as fuck. She hates me and my brother. We're older than her, but she looks older than us.
That's
Sometimes.
crazy.
Yeah. She's the baby, but she looks older.
Yo, do you remember your first cell phone?
Yeah, it was the I think it was Nokia with the snake from actually I didn't even have one, so I worked at a
It was
media
Slide.
Mediacom, the Motorola, yeah, from a cable company. I never had one before that. So
Mhm.
13, 14, 15, it's about say 18 years ago. Yeah, from a company before that.
Slide phone with the keyboard on it.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty nice.
Hell
Sucked
yeah.
up. They had them on lockdown, but we had a couple games on there.
Yo, do you have any allergies?
To pollen, a lot of heavy pollen, like
Are you
California.
serious? Like, what happens?
Oh, freaking right in here. It feels like someone just like, do you know that spray foam? You spray it and it expands. Feels
Yeah,
like someone sprayed that up in my head. My head just expands. California's horrible with freaking pollen and shit because it's so dry from the no rain and shit.
that's how it is here in New York from like, I'd say early April to like the last week of May. It's just
Damn.
insane. Like the cars get covered, like you get like a seasonal cold, like a flu in springtime. Like it sucks.
Fuck that. That
Yeah,
oh,
like
dude,
it's
that
like
oh, no, no, no. That's
yo,
wrong.
it's like it's warm here for from April, well, like late March until, I mean, it's been 60 degrees through almost 10 days of November. Still, it's been a late Indian summer here. So like we've been like, it's not been so cold. A couple days been like 40s at night, 30s at night, but in the next couple weeks it should be getting down to like 30s at the night, like, and really starting to change and getting cold and wind, and like it sucks. Like the winter sucks. Like, I mean, it's almost November, December, January, February, like a good 4 months of winter, but like 8 months out of the year, it is beautiful here.
That's nice. Yeah, it's nice to have weather like that at least. It's like you don't know every day. Like it was just 90 degrees the other was it yesterday? And it got down to like 40 something last night. Tell me that doesn't fuck with people's breathing. Like
It's strange.
big change, like
It's
50 degree
strange.
difference. Yeah. It's not normal. Usually it's only like 20 to 30, but it's 50 is different. It's been like that for a while too, like you said.
It's, it's very strange. Like, I remember, I think in 2016 on Christmas Eve, it was like almost 70 degrees here, which is unprecedented. Like, has never happened before. I'm like,
That should be snow all over New York at that time, right?
yeah,
Like
like I'm wearing shorts, but like 2 days later, there was a snowstorm. Like, it was so bizarre. It went from like so
wow.
nice to so not nice, like, and literally a blink of an eye. It was insane. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
All the season's gone, all of a sudden, boom, winter.
Yeah, like just
Wow.
like you can't even blink your eye and then it's gone. It's like, yo.
Weird
All right.
stuff with the weather going
Yo,
on.
Jim Jones, Dipset, okay. You were born July 15th, the same day as me.
Oh, October 20th.
1976 in the Bronx, New York, and your first album was 2004, On My Way to the Church. Yo, so
Oh shit.
can you tell me, like, what was it really like dropping your first album, and how did you come up with the idea of the name On My Way to the Church?
Uh, because I kind of went that route in life. I believed in that higher light, like, oh, if I follow, everything will be fine and good. And honestly, it was the darkest time of my life. Going to church. It really was. Like it was just a dark. I just didn't feel relaxed. I always felt tense, like not able to chill at church. But
Church is like not for everyone. It's supposed to be comfortable, but like,
yeah, there's just some. I just feel something evil there. Like it's not nice. Like it's not. I don't know what it is. I can't say anything because I never saw a spirit or anything. But I just feel like a presence of evil there. Like it's not chill place where people say graveyards. It's like graveyards have a very different. Like when I say vibe, I mean you're like you can be chill and not feel like scared, but people just make themselves scared on that shit. I don't understand it, but it just feels chill to me. Like it's just comfortable.
so what, like, you've done Ouija boards and stuff? Like, is that what you're talking about?
No, 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 no. I just my something in my family because my grandpa's sister used to do the Ouija board shit. But I saw something when I was real young that was crazy. Like, dude, she'd never let me and her son. We were about the same age. My second cousin. So she's like, "You guys go outside and play." So we're over in Menifee at my grandpa's house. My sister and her sister was back. So his sister and her cousin. It's a split marriage, if that makes sense. So they weren't blood sisters, but it was like that. And they were back there with the Ouija board, and we were just looking. Man, like after a while, the books, like I never believed in books flying off of shelves. Yeah, it's just in the movies. I was like 9. So I was like, yeah, they're doing something. And they got up and they started getting away from the table. It was crazy. The books were flying off the shelf. And there was a line of books because she read everything you can think of. Like it was like probably like 2,000 books. Every book she touched, she had to get. That was just how she was. But books
Wow.
were flying off the wall, yeah. And I asked her, she's like, don't ever do that. She's like, we were trying to contact someone we knew and he was mad. And I was like, does that mean like the dark? And she's like, no, we don't know. We don't know what's light and dark, but he was just a mad spirit. And I was like, oh. So that always lit a curiosity in my head, like, okay, it wasn't fake, but was it? But I never, yeah, I never really felt like evil presence. So yeah.
Um, have you ever been outside of the country before?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico when I was, if that counts, it's still North America, but yeah, I've been to Mexico. I was
What's it
19.
like there?
It was awesome. Got in trouble though. uh, coming back through, apparently the car we had, there was a couple people in the trunk we had no idea about. We rented a car, right? I'll
A
never.
couple people in the trunk.
They pulled us over, told us to go. I guess when they stopped, I guess the car was sitting down the back. I was stoned. My buddy was drunk. I was driving because I drive like 15 miles an hour and we're high. We get over the border, we stop and we sleep for the night, and then we go in the morning. I went across the border, but we rented this car instead of walking for some reason. Don't know why, but yeah, they pulled us over. They're like, okay, there's 2 people in the trunk. You guys need to come up with us. 24 hours. We were up. Do you know when you drive through the border going into California, there's like I guess you see a catwalk going over where the cars go. And we were up there where there was a waiting place, and there was peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You guys have no money. It's like we had no idea. We rented the car for $50. That's it. So we were trying to say that we were trying to smuggle immigrants across the border. We're like, oh my gosh, don't you think we'd have like thousands of dollars they'd have to pay us for us to do this? We're like, yeah. I was like, we got $20 to get gas in the morning. And they're like, okay, we still have to hold you. So yeah, I'll go over there and walk back. I'll never drive ever. But yeah, that was
Yo, are you
shit.
like people in the trunk? Are you
Yeah,
fucking
like don't rent
wow?
cars in Mexico, man. Well, that was 2003. So I was 19. Yeah, 2003. I was about to turn 20.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. It was experience though. Like he's like, dude, you're not scared. I'm like, dude, they're human beings. They're flesh and blood like we are. Be scared of what? They're just trying to intimidate you. You feel he's like shaking and shit. I'm like, dude, you can go to the bathroom. He's like, I'm scared. I'm like, whoa, whoa. Like it affects people differently, but I'm just like, dude, they're just humans. They're just doing their job. Did you know about it? Like you're acting suspicious as fuck. He's like, no, it's like you're acting like you knew because you're shaking and shit. But it scared the shit out of him. But I was just like, yeah, I'm chill. I had no idea.
Yo, that is crazy, man. Like, wow.
Yeah, that was cool though. For me, it was an experience. So I
You
said, so
can't
what?
wrap your mind around that.
Nah, you can't really. Can't just kind of like, okay, why did this happen to me? I'm like, why is this happening? What's the point of me understanding this? But I can't leave into Mexico. I said, we see you here again, you're going to be put back. I'm like, put back? You guys, I didn't do anything illegal. Like, I know, but since your name's in the system, we had to play it off like we yeah. So like, I should have asked, I mean, I can't leave the country at all or just Mexico because there's a difference there. But at that time, I was young. I just wanted to get the fuck out of there and go. But yeah, that was pretty cool for me. But
All right, yo. So, what's your favorite kind of music?
I had to pick one thing to listen to the rest of my life. My favorite kind, damn. I would have to say, damn. I'm a music lover. Like I can listen to music the rest of my life and never watch anything or listen to podcasts and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Fuck. I just can't pick one. You stuck me on there. Like,
I know it's tough.
I would
I
have
know
to
it's
say Rastafari. Like I just vibe with that stuff. Like it tells a story. Yeah, I don't say that.
what is it?
Like reggae.
Yo,
Reggae.
reggae. It's like
Yeah.
Sean Paul and like Daddy Yankee, like all those guys.
Oh yeah. There's Tomorrow's Bad Seeds. They're another one. It's pretty good too. It's kind of modern, but I like the old stuff in the modern. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Beanie Man, like all them stuff from like the 80s and 90s.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yep.
Yeah, just like a
Yeah.
really good club music. Like, okay, so what's your
Yeah.
choice? What's your choice of club music?
Choice of club. Damn. I would say something that gets the heart pumping. That's like, yeah, anything that gets your heart going to get on the dance floor. It
Any
depends on
music,
what food. Yeah.
any music, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I just really can't pick one type of club music. Yeah, any.
Music that you hate, that you don't want to listen to ever, that you want to just smash and like punch and
Yeah. All the pop boy bands that came out, I'd have to say. Not all of them.
Hanson and Backstreet Boys and all this.
Yeah.
Just punch them in the face like a chin check.
Yeah. Like, which one are you going to be, a girl or boy? Because sometimes your pitch sounds like a girl.
You gonna be a girl?
Which one are you, man? Like the pitch is so high. I thought you were a girl. I turn around and look at the TV to see my sister was watching a guy singing because it sounded like a chick. I was just like, oh man. I remember in MTV, music videos. I was pissed. I was like, that's a fucking guy singing. Shit. Ooh, yeah. I was like that. Like I just want to say. Shit, 15, 16 years old, and I went hardcore after that. I was like, I'm hardcore. So I did that for like 10 years of my life, just nothing but uh Lamb of God, Slipknot was mainstream, System of a Down, like you said yesterday.
Yo, that
I
was a
did
good band
nothing but
too.
pretty 10 years, I'd have to say.
Stained,
Yes.
Green Day, Sum 41. Like, yo, that's some good
41
bands
was
right there.
fighting one, hell yeah. Smoke, get some John, what is that? Whiskey in you? Go jump fight? Yeah.
Kid Rock, Iron Maiden, and Metallica, Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, there's a lot of great bands from the 90s, 2000s, and just like not today. It's not
They're
happening.
nothing. Yeah. They're coming back with albums. Like they're redoing them, remastering them. It's like, some new songs. Breaking Benjamin had a new one recently.
Breaking Benjamin, hell yeah, I remember
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they just had a new one, I think a couple years ago. I think it was. But yeah,
Yeah, Godsmack had one this past year
that's
because I
right.
went to a concert 2 weeks ago and I seen them live.
Damn.
And they played with Extreme, opened up. You remember Wholehearted and
Yes.
like
Hell yeah.
they were trash. They sucked, but
They
Godsmack
did.
was lit.
So they're a good studio band, not live.
Not live, nah.
I hate that.
Remember when I saw you? You remember that song too? Like, yeah, that shit was trash. I mean, they're good songs, but in live, nah, come on, man.
I like the double. It has to have a song. They sing like that. They better have a good breakdown and some double bass in it to make up for that.
Yeah, the rest of the way, like they played some really, I have the channel. I mean, I have the video on my channel. I recorded like
I'll have to
the
go back.
whole concert. I had floor seats. I was pretty much right fucking close to them, like 20 feet away. It was sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I seen Papa Roach, Hinder, and Buck Cherry in concert.
All three of those.
They were Buck Cherry opened up. I think Hinder was the second, and then Papa Roach closed it out. Like cut my life into pieces. Yo, like back then he was at the height of like alternative and like rock and like his shit was fire. He had a lot of good songs, not just that. Like him and Limp Bizkit were in a battle. Like who's better?
Yes, that's what I felt the same way too. I was like, are they were right? You got that vibe too? Like they had to be because holy crap. Like shit, Kid Rock just killed it. And then here comes like no way, kid, he just freaking straight up flipped it like his style and everything. Like you can each record there's like a different style added. That's what I liked about him. It wasn't the consistent beat of most artists back in the day. They would keep like some part of the original song that they did originally and keep a little bit of their music in each album. But he can switch up the whole album. That's what I liked about him, and it's still sounding good. For
Oh,
public.
definitely. Oh, definitely. I mean, like I don't know, just he was not just rock and alternative, but like a little bit of rap and like hip
Yeah,
hop too. Like because he was on a track with DMX and Method Man and Redman. Like,
he's a rough rider. Like seriously,
yeah,
he performed with those guys. He's a rough rider, just a
yeah.
rock and roll rough rider. Yeah, yeah. That's just you. Not too many people know about that. You're just like, dang, you know.
Yo, it's just like the music in that time period is nothing comparable to anything ever else made because like the technology was different. Like 20 years makes a huge 10 years makes a huge difference, but like the whole
Amazing.
technology of what we had from like the 80s to like 99 2000 for music, all the stuff really past 2005 is not good. It's
It's
not.
they're able to get it on the internet and then change the beat instead of make it original. So they
Yeah,
find a way to shortcut, and it's just like that's why everything sounds the same, bro. You're right.
it's not
Honestly,
good. It's
not
not good. Like there's I mean I listen to a lot of rap music because I'm from New York City. Like that's just me. Like fucking like
oh
straight
yeah.
battle rapping, like like all that shit. But I appreciate every music, and I'm like growing up listening to Hot 97, Power 105,
Oh
Kiss
yeah.
FM. I'm listening to uh, K Rock. I'm listening to
Oh,
KTU. I'm listening to K104. I'm listening to all these radio stations back then, and they're all playing like the hot joints. When I'm listening to radio stations today, they only have like an hour from 12 to 1 o'clock that they play like an old school hour. It's so trash. Like there is no radio. Well, yeah, Sirius XM, and then you're on that
dude,
shit, and you're paying like, come on, man,
if I would
come on.
listen to it every day, I'd pay that much, but I don't. Like I have the internet, so I can listen to archives for free. But
Yeah,
it is true, XM does have the lives on. I know what you mean, man. It sucks.
yeah,
But
they
I
have
can
some good lives though. They have some like good live stations, like hip hop, radio, talk, sports, like rock, like
oh yeah.
grunge, like
That's right. They got that
90s.
garage grunge. That's right. They do.
Yo, they have a lot of shit. Like every day when I used to work with my dad in construction, he had that shit, and he used to listen to fucking the Sirius XM NFL Network and grunge and 90s alternative constantly. So
Oh, yeah.
just like so much shit on there, and then all that you can do is get your phone with your Shazam. What's the name of that song? And put that shit in your playlist, and now you got another song to look up and put on your playlist to listen to whatever it is. You got the YouTube shit, you
Oh
got the
yeah.
playlist, you got your I mean, back in the day, we were downloading songs with Napster and LimeWire and
LimeWire,
Kazaa
man.
and,
Man.
and Netscape.
You know how many freaking times I had to rewrite the code for the freaking website because whenever they sent, LimeWire shit. Oh,
hmm
we're like,
Cloud Wire, whatever it's called.
yeah.
It was crazy.
Or you have to run up and push record on the radio. Hey, I like that song before they had recorded.
Yeah, like it's like a small cassette tape, legit. Like you had the two decks. You had like what?
Oh,
I had it. I know what you're talking about. Like I
yeah.
still have tapes to this day. I have VHS tapes.
I can't get rid of them. I know one day it's gonna come back. Look at CD player. You know CD players are coming back.
Dude, they're awesome.
Dude, they have speakers on them built in now. I'm like, no shit. This is awesome. You're
Back
right.
then, they were like a hard piece of plastic and a like cheap piece of like an earpiece that used to hurt your ears when you were in school listening to music on the bus. Like it was shitty. Like it hurt your ears like fuck. Even like the smaller headbuds, they were shitty. All you felt was plastic in your ear.
And you can tell who used them because they had like the Spock lines in their ears.
They were not good. Like you can get them like anywhere. They were not good. Like no matter if you spent $1, $10, or $20, the plastic shit in your ear just like it hurt. Like it hurt so bad.
It did, man. There was no way from it. Like you couldn't. You just with it. And then
Walkmans, yeah, Discmans, like MP3 players.
dude, I still have one of those little tiny ones. It won't even hook up and power on anymore. Like the one that had the screen, the first Apple one.
Yeah, it's like like one small screen, like 2 inches, and it just like says one thing. You have to click the button to get to the next setting and like get to the next one. So it's just like
5 minutes.
mind blowing, like crazy. And but like, how many songs could you fit on there? You could fit thousands,
Thousands, yeah, at least.
thousands.
I want to say two minimum. Yeah, at least 2,000 songs minimum, and then after that, there's just more and more. But yeah, and it wasn't like now. That's just like $150 for something like that. It was like what 20 when it came out. I want to say
Back then, yeah, like
it's
that's
cheap.
wow.
So I don't get video games. Not talking about. I love gaming, but man, they charge $70 for a case still when you have a digital code in it. It's like what the fuck? Like
Yeah, no.
there's no paperwork for the game. There's no information. You just open it up and there's a digital code there for $70. It's like there's no reason for that game to be that much. You say if you want a digital copy, 40. You want the hard copy, hard copy 70. So yeah, because you have all the information, you can read about the game. But yeah, I don't understand that with gaming. All platforms are like that. It's crazy. Anyways, but if you get sponsors, it's easy, it's fun. But yeah,
I think it's stupid because like back then games were really cheap
yeah, yeah.
and now they're not.
It doesn't. I like the content gamers put out. The content's freaking awesome, man. Like your content is freaking awesome. It's like, dude, I feel like I'm really there. Like when you get mad, I'm like, holy shit, yeah, damn, that was a fail. Fuck. But it was a
Yeah,
good.
well,
Always
with
got
Warzone, it's fucking tough. Like,
it. Does it is. That's why I almost threw my remote one time. Like you can't afford $60 remote because of PlayStation 4. I don't like getting used ones because they stick. But
I just figured something else out. Look at the bottom of the screen. I can do that now. Like, create a banner, and then
yeah.
it's a ticker. That's cool. The interview with Jim Jones. But how many times? I mean, you're going to school and then shit, my battery's dead. You got to put 2 AA batteries in your Walkman, or in your backpack you got multiple batteries. They're all dead. Like you got to use your friend's earpiece.
You're gonna laugh at this one, right? So with the battery thing, you're absolutely right. Like you can't. They don't last like they're just like what 2, 4. Like you can listen for 6 hours.
A couple hours,
Yeah.
like shitty.
Did you ever hear about refrigerating your batteries?
Yes, and it never really made a difference, really.
know
Like,
why,
what the
man.
fuck was that? Put a
I know.
battery in a refrigerator. Like, what is that?
And still today, I don't see what it does. All it does is freeze what there's there. It doesn't recharge it. But I
It
think
freezes the
there's
lithium and it does nothing. Like, what else could it possibly do? I mean, come on, man.
and then came out rechargeable batteries. Like, we listened to Energizer saying if you refrigerate the batteries, it recharges them. It never did.
Nah, ever. Hell no, bro.
Jeez. That was funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like wow. I'm like from the flip phones and like the slide and the keyboard and the two ways with the Nextels and
Oh,
like
the next
going.
tells.
Oh, bro, like I had an i1000, I had an i80, I had like all these fucking, I had so many of them, and it's like it was like a toy. Like
I wish I would
when
have
you
been
were in high school, it
a
was like a toy.
Oh, yeah. So what was your favorite? What was your favorite tech you got as far as anything you got?
Favorite technology?
Yeah, now or then, like the thing that lasted the longest that you got along with, I should say, like you understood it instead of
Yeah, I
figuring
mean, like I collect everything. I hold on to everything. Like I
it
seriously save everything that I had since I was a kid and growing up. And like, I mean, but it's gotta be. It wasn't the exact. You remember Home Alone, and he had the recorder device. I forgot what it was called,
Yes, I know what
but
you're
like
talking about.
I had one of those, but it wasn't like that. But it could play tapes and record at the same time. So I still have it too. And I used to go to school and record people, have conversations, like just record throughout the day, listen to music. But that shit right there was like it served two purposes, well, three purposes, because it had a speaker on it. You could put your headphones in it, you could listen to music, you could play music loud, and you could record and listen to stuff. And you had a speaker, I mean, a headphone port, and it's going to the bus stop with it. Took two AA batteries made by General Electric. It had a small microphone on it, like a 5-piece function little handheld Walkman. It was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome. The
Mhm.
Walk Boy, right? Or the Walk, no, the Talk Boy. That's what it was called on Home Alone, the Talk Boy. But it was not that. It was like kind of similar, but better.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And then
Oh,
I had like an actual like pair of headphones, like with them, and then you're going around adjusting the shit because your head's too big, and then you get the long wire and it plugs in a little AV, and then it's like, oh, track one, repeat, track two, fast forward. Like it was like three buttons. Like it was crazy to get to fast forward to the next song, hit this button to stop it, you hit the eject button. All these things, man, don't exist today.
they don't, and
And
people never
it does
know.
not exist. It's all digital. It's like I'm touching. It's all touch screens, buttons. Like we're living in the future right now, and people don't realize it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already passed all that. Like I had one of my I had an old radio in the garage actually. One of the right when CD players came out, everything popped up, and he said all the
Yep.
buttons there, nothing like you had to press it. Even with the CD, the eject and all that. And he's like, "Whoa, what is that?" I'm like, "That's a CD player." But he knows what a DVD player didn't put it. He's like, "Oh, okay, I thought it was a DVD player." I'm like, not quite. Just music." But he acted like it was all awesome. I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead, play with it."
Zach Gaming, welcome in, bro. How you doing today, fella?
It's cool. But yeah, I had a little like you said, uh I liked Weird Al Yankovic growing up. I was a goofy kid. So I had like the record recorder. It came with I can use a microphone or the headphones. Yeah, the same thing. So like I can sing while a tape is playing. Like karaoke. But it was like a little tiny like a Kmart special thing. But yeah, kind of the same thing. This one took two C batteries, I want to say. Because it was because I could record singing while with the music singing like that. I wish I would have kept with that technology because now that's like a soundboard. Apparently, I have no idea that I was playing with the beginning of it. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Which I've always liked audio too.
Yo, that's pretty chill. Yo, I just made a background. I didn't know that I can do that. Okay, it's pretty chill. So it looks like a lot better, like a real like professional classic interview. It's like some, I don't even know what I did, but I'm always looking for extra shit to do. That's excellent. But so, rap. You pay attention to rap or no? Like
Yeah.
rappers.
Oh,
Okay, so
older stuff, not so much now. I'd say when it was rap, which guys still flow. Don't get me wrong, they still flow, but it's you can't tell who it is because the beat sounds the same. That makes sense.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yo, top 10 rappers of all time in your opinion.
Damn, 10. Um,
I'm gonna go outside, smoke a bowl real quick. I'm still listening
eh,
to you. I'm gonna be like 2 feet away, so take your time. But yo, I'm
I'm gonna
listening. The floor is yours.
'cause I like all music. I would go Easy E for sure, just because I remember him wearing that jacket with the I forgot what it looked like, the team jacket out in the street flowing. I was like, oh shit, I can vibe to that. Um, Number one, listened to him when I was younger. Uh, Easy, I say yeah, Easy E. Damn. I would say almost every. I can't really pick 9 or 10 because that's a hard one. Twista, shoot, Akon, DMX, of course, for sure. All the Rough Riders, uh, Mouth Kings. They're another one. Shit.
He said all the Rough Riders.
Yeah, not just one of them, like all the Rough Riders. I don't think there was one where I didn't not listen to. Yeah, like those are my hustling days. It got me in the mood to go out and want to make money. Now there isn't nothing like that that I feel. But yeah, yeah, there's way more better rap. I just got to feel in the mood to remember. But yeah. ICP, Insane Clown Posse, they're just entertainment, but they're pretty freaking cool. I think dirty songs, but it was comedy to me. I've always been on the dark side of humor, like laughing wise. Uh, what else? Rap, damn. I did like D12 for I want to say a couple months, but then it seemed like they just died off real quick. Shit. What else? There was some Dirty South ones that I like. I don't know the names of the bands, but I listened to them a lot.
Who? Ti, Bun B.
A
Who?
little bit dirtier, like shit.
Young Jock. Like who
Yeah,
you talking about?
yeah, like that. Yeah,
Bone Crusher. Like who?
yeah, all the original OGs out there in the Dirty South. Yeah, their songs were like, "Woo, feel it." I feel what they're singing. I was like connecting with music, so yeah. Really can't think of too much other ones. I never really turned a station that had any type of R&B or rap on it. Rock I have, pop I have, but yeah, I don't think I ever turned an R&B or rap song off that I've ever heard. So
All right. Who are your favorite? Your top 5 favorite female hip hop
ooh,
R&B.
my goodness. That's the thing for me. All women are beautiful. So for me to pick the best,
You got Ashanti, Little Kim, Nicki Minaj, Foxy Brown, Cardi B.
that's
You got all these bitches.
see if you know. From in the 80s, early 90s. Was it early 90s? Yeah. To still today. She's still on billboards. She's she has a mole on her face. She was in Pepsi commercials.
It's not Madonna.
No, no. Right around the after that, Madonna was around before her. She came
It's
out
not
like
Marilyn Monroe.
no, newer. She was R&B, really high pitched. Uh, a couple
Gwen
screams interviews.
Stefani.
No, no, R&B more. She's like still today. She's so hot to me. Like total firsts.
Yo,
Um,
clown, what up, baby? Who the fuck you talking about? I have no idea.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she's
Fuck
hot.
yeah.
Yeah, I think she always just like saw her in those Pepsi commercials. Like, damn. So her,
Those Super Bowl commercials. Oh
yeah,
hell yeah.
and the Queen Latifah.
She's
She
not
was.
white.
She isn't. No, she isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, I don't know any white chicks that can hold a freaking flow. I'm not kidding. I don't know. I don't. Uh,
do
yeah.
you like
I never really
do you
was.
like Chinese food or Mexican food better?
Damn. So I can say Mexican food because I've had Mexico food in Mexico, but I've
Yeah,
never
how
had
is that? Yo,
food.
tell me about that. Like, what is it like getting in a restaurant in Mexico? Tell me about it.
It's it's actually good service. There's just a lot more bugs crawling around.
That's ill, gross.
Like right when you go over the border, but I mean they're cleaning, like they're constantly cleaning the floors, so they just don't leave them. And there's a guy that comes along and sprays every 15, 20 minutes in the corners, at least the places I went to over the border. But
What kind of bugs though are you talking about? Scorpions, like ants,
mhm,
like what?
ants, a lot of ants. Yeah, it's like that whole cities or that whole part of the country, Mexico, like close to our borders, like on an ant hill. Like there's ants everywhere.
Oh man, like
More
fire ants, like what?
a variety of ants. Like
Just like, oh my god, yo, I couldn't
like
do it.
looks over the jungle almost because jungles have a lot of ants. Like the floor is
Right.
always moving in jungles. That's what my thoughts are, but I don't know. It's all city now. But yeah. Sometimes you get your occasional scorpion. It depends on how south you went in Mexico. The bugs got bigger, snakes got bigger, bigger animals. Even from coyotes to like it seemed like wolves. Like I've seen some pretty big uh animals in Mexico. It like makes me like I like getting chill in my back. I'm like, oh, something's uncomfortable. Okay, I like this. What am I gonna learn from it? But yeah, like when you get that feeling of shit, that's not a stomach, that's something bigger. I feel that in my back. Like it's getting cold in my back. I start backing up. But yeah, I've seen like 10-foot tall animals, not an elephant, no giraffes. You can look in the region where it was, and these things were just massive. Like it just like you couldn't see a face. They were just like a huge,
Like eyeball.
yeah, really weird. Up in the jungle though, like hey, I know they say jungle messes with you and shit, but I was sober. We didn't drink that day. That night we did, but we slept already. But just weird shit. And like, yeah. Like up by the Mayas where the pyramid is up. We never went up to the pyramid though, because you have to pay a guide because it's a lot of hiking. At least when I went there, they may have been lying to us. They just didn't want to take us. But that was pretty cool up there. Yeah, there was a lot of funky stuff up there. That's when I was that was a week before I couldn't come back in Mexico. After I got caught, they said no more coming back. Okay. But yeah, that was a cool trip.
Yo, do you want to know what else is cool? Is this right here?
Oh shit.
That's you. Remember we seen the part 1 video last night. This is the part 2 video.
He is going, dang, got it down. Shit.
Look at the footwork,
Damn,
man. His
he's
legs, his knees.
gliding. Look at that.
He's keeping it gangster. Yeah, he's keeping it gangster.
You can't tell anymore, man. Let uncover gangsters
The
out.
one that we seen last night, part 1. He's
that.
really getting with it, man. Look at that other guy in the background with the white hair.
Damn.
Keep it gangster, y'all. Keep it gangster.
Damn, that was freaking shit. Oh yeah, for sure on that bad shit. That was. You couldn't even didn't look like he was touching the ground. He was gliding. There's this other video of this soccer player guy. This soccer player in I can't remember what country, somewhere over, I want to say Asia to Korea, over in that area. But like it shows this guy, he's walking sideways. His feet aren't even hitting the ground, but he's moving his feet so weird that it looks like he's hovering. Like when you watch it, even in slow motion, his feet are off the ground, but his outside foot, the same time as they're lined up, he pushes his foot down and pushes up high. So it looks like he's always hovering. It's so freaking skilled. It's like, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I just saw that about a week ago.
Yo, that's pretty cool. Yo, that is definitely cool.
It's
Who can do that?
he teaches you every step. There's like 4 steps or 3 or 4 steps to it. That's it. But it tells you how to do it. But I'm just like, I need room. I don't have room like that around here.
All right, yo, we got 10 more questions and then we have to go to bed. Okay, these are going to be really tough questions for you. Okay, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
Michael Jordan, Kobe. I gotta go with Kobe because I watched him in this era of him playing from start to RIP to his time passing.
Have you ever been to an NBA game?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I can only remember very little because I was 6 years old, but it was the Sacramento Kings.
What year?
Oh fuck! I was born in '82, so 86. No, 87. Say it was 6, right? Yeah, because I just went into 2nd grade, and he got some free tickets because he used to do AC all around California, so people would give him free tickets. And yeah, it had to be. I was 6, but I couldn't really remember. I just remember the Sacramento Kings because I had an old hat. I don't know what the hell happened to it, but yeah.
It was probably lit, like the old retro stuff.
It was the red, white, and blue because they used to have that red,
Oh.
white, and blue color. So it was like a baseball hat. I think it was red and white, and the bill was blue, and it said Kings on it. So Sacramento Kings. That's where he grew up, my dad. So
Yo, have you ever been to any NFL games before?
no, no NFL. Can't. Yeah, nah. I can't think of
MLB?
major. Yes, Angels a lot. Dodgers a couple times. I've been to the Lake Elsinore Storm. They're about 15 miles west from here. They're like the Angels and Padres, double A.
The California Angels back then, or the Los Angeles Angels?
Yeah, Los Angeles. Sorry. I
Yo,
had
California, that's old school. Like that's like
Smokey
that
the Bear.
movie with
Remember that? Oh, sorry.
Danny Glover.
Yeah.
That movie.
Actually, shit. Let me see. I still have cars and shit. Let me see what it's from. See. It's not from an angel, but was this guy right here? Nolan Ryan, I think.
Nolan Ryan? Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, yo, that shit is crazy looking. Look, wow, look at that.
And look at this. Who's thinking this guy?
That's Mike Piazza.
Hell yeah. I got him in
Yo.
since I was younger and I got him in the protective case still, but yeah.
Yo, I have like it's not a Matchbox truck, but it's a Matchbox like size. It's a fucking New York Mets Mike Piazza semi trailer. Like it's fucking awesome, yo. It's it's
That is
definitely like bringing it back. Like they don't make stuff like that. Like
we really don't. Oh yeah.
yo, have you ever been to any hockey games before?
Yep, Kings. I've been to the Ducks.
What yo, you seen Wayne Gretzky?
Yes. Yeah, when I was
Really?
yeah, yeah. He looked just like my dad, but he had Wayne Gretzky had blonde hair. My dad had brown hair, and my dad was only like 5'8", 5'9". So Wayne was like 6 something, I think. But just like my dad, just blonde and brunette. I think be twins. But yeah, saw them. I was like, Dad, that looks like you. My dad's like, he was just walking. Like he wasn't there wasn't he always went 2 hours ahead because they got like the box seats because they had a contract with the stadium where all majority of the hockey games. There's only one stadium, I think, back in the day in the 90s. So like they shared the Angels and the Ducks shared the Forum, I think it was called. They
Maybe.
had a
Yeah.
contract to do the AC there all the time. Whenever it went wrong, they'd drive up and fix it. So they always got free tickets. But he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, no way. So we went over and shook his hand. I didn't even think about getting an autograph. I really didn't care about autographs. I was like, oh man, you're freaking a good player. Like I remember the hooks he had fighting. That's what I remember. Like, damn, I'll never fight that guy. He had good control. Yeah,
Yo,
so
back in the '90s, yo, I've been to plenty of Yankee games.
oh yeah.
Yo, I seen the Mariners come to town, Ken Griffey Jr. and Don Mattingly, and like all those Yankees. I've been to because I mean I live right in New York City area, so
Oh
like the
yeah.
'90s, like Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman coming to town versus the New York Giants. You know, like preseason, some action. You know, Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady as a backup versus New York Jets, Boomer Esiason. You know,
Uber Sison, man.
Wayne Corbett. Like yo, like
Ancient
I've
match.
seen a lot of shit, but I've never been to no fucking professional NBA game. But I've been to college football, Army Navy at West Point in New York. That was a really cool game. We've been to some Army Navy hockey at West Point. It was
Oh
like
yeah.
college shit is lit.
They
Sometimes
they
college
have
is better than the
they,
pros.
they do because they gotta play to get that pro spot, so they're playing their heart out. Like they are fighting to get in the NFL. They're not already on a cushy payroll where they don't got to do 100%. But yeah,
Mm.
in college, you're right. In college, they do. They have heart. They have more heart, I think.
Yo, it's like the energy is different, the atmosphere is different.
Yeah.
There's just something different that, like an NFL game, because I've been to games in January. Like I've been like in the thick of the cold. You got to wear 3 layers, bring a thermos, and like hot
Yeah.
chocolate with you. Like but nothing compares to being in a college atmosphere. It's the fall. They don't give a fuck. It's two teams. Like, who is the best? Like, they're both the best, but
Yeah,
well,
they're
who's the
both
fucking best?
you don't know going in. You're like, who is gonna get this? Those are the best games. I agree with you.
Hell yeah. Like Ohio State games, like Michigan college, man, yo, the flavor is different. The spice is just like the announcers are different. Like people
They
just
have more freedom, it seems like, because they don't have to. They don't have to go by a script. It seems like.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that shit is lit as hell. I mean, like, I would definitely go to a college game anytime. I mean, like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
so what concerts have you been to? Live concerts.
Um, for sure. The ones I've been to, I want to say maybe 6.
Mr. Lantern, welcome in, fella. What's up, baby?
Yeah, about I'll probably say about 6 concerts. What's up, man? Um, Kill Switch Engage, Atreyu,
Oh,
the Atreyu, no Kill Switch for sure. San Diego and Corona. Um, the it was a Christian one when I was in that phase in junior high. Um, there was a ska band, the Christian ska band, Supertones. I saw them at Merida Hot Springs in Marietta. The Hot Springs over there. They always had live concerts. Uh, I did see a country band when I turned 18. I was like, I need more alcohol. I'm sitting through this. I need more alcohol. um, that was Little Big Town. Saw them when they were little, and now they're huge now. They're like a co-ed. There's two guys and two girls. They play country, but they're more of like a southern country, which is relaxing, I call it. But what else? I can't remember the last one was the most recent one, probably about 20 years. I think 20 is the last time I've really been to a concert. After that, I'm just hustling to pay bills. So yeah.
All right. How
Oh,
about any like
Jay.
car races, destruction derbies, monster truck events, anything like that?
Um, NASCAR for sure. The California Speedway in Fontana. Went to,
Really?
went to
What
that.
is that like, bro?
Oh, that's an environment. Like the energy from those cars. Holy shit! When they go by, it's like it's like you don't need headphones. Bullshit. It's not that it's loud. It's just getting that wind blow every, I'd say, like 45 to 50 seconds when the whole pack of them passes. No matter where you are in those stands, it's like a
You
gust of wind.
feel it.
So
It's
you
like
just need them after 2 hours just to calm down your hearing and shit. Yeah, like it's yeah, it's crazy. um, the smell of everything, just you smell that fuel of those cars, like it just feels like a freaking adrenaline rush. It's weird. It depends on the person too. Some people just lose it. Some people are like, eh. I'm like, what do you mean, eh? The car was doing 200 miles, put wings on it, take off out of here. That was awesome. I saw some mud, they call it mud towing in Temecula back in the day, monster truck, mud. They
is
would
that
dig,
kind of like tractor towing?
yes, tractor
Yeah,
towing.
I've seen that before too.
Yeah. They did that down in Temecula back in the 90s. That was awesome shit. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
laser tag was there. It was awesome. But yeah, they would dig down that 10-foot mud puddle. There'd be a 10, 30, and a 50-foot one. So the first cars would make it would be through the 10-foot, and then you'd have the 30 and then the 50. The 50-foot one, dang, people got fucking hurt doing that. That's I think that's why they stopped it. But they would hit it and then they'd hydroplane like 40 feet, their shit would just roll. And they didn't have roll cages in them, but it was funny. It was entertaining.
Um, have you ever been in a helicopter or on a plane
I've always
anywhere?
wanted. I've been on a plane to St. Louis and back from Idaho. I've always wanted to be on a helicopter. I actually want my helicopter's license. I want to get that sometime in my life.
Really? That's fucking dope. That's really dope.
Everyone's like, "Oh, drive a plane, it's easier." I'm like, I just like helicopters. But yeah,
All right, so you've been in a train, a boat,
both
subway.
been in above ground subway, not below ground.
Are there subways in California?
Supposedly there's a old one in San Diego that I've never saw before talk, but I don't know, like a hidden
But
railroad,
it's
you know.
more like all above ground or like monorail or like any
We have some
what's the
monorails
trains?
in LA, Riverside. So where I live in Menifee, right next door is Paris. They just extended it, I want to say about 5 years ago. No, actually longer than that. 8 years ago, they extended it about the 4 miles north from here. No, I'd say about 6 miles north. I can end it over at the Amtrak's that goes all the way into LA. So Riverside, Corona, all those cities in an empire going all the way to LA. I can take a train. Um, but I've only been in it down in San Diego a couple times. Boats, I've always been on boats, lakes in the ocean. Nothing big in the ocean, just a regular fishing boat, but like a 6-person fishing boat, not like these big ones. So like you're
Like
barfing
a
after a
charter
few.
one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, have you ever gone swimming in the ocean and have you seen sharks? Have you been attacked by jellyfish? Anything of
the
that
jell-
sort?
the jellyfish one, yeah, not shark. Uh,
I got attacked by a
jellyfish.
jellyfish in Virginia Beach and it fucking
Mhm.
stung my kneecap. And then I had to get an ambulance and they had to help me out. But like they say peeing
Mm.
on it is the best thing. Like, I don't know about that.
It's like one of those rumors, like any of those mom and pop things they used to tell us. I'll rub some dirt on it; it'll be fine. You get up the next day, it's like blood red. You're like, I got it. You go over there, we threw dirt on it. There's cat shit there. You're like, yeah, not listen to him anymore. So, but um, yeah, don't really.
You ever see a shark? You ever seen
Not
like
not
anything live? You ever catch like a lobster, like a crab, like
just
any
a
marine life?
tuna, just a tuna because we actually were just out scanning for tuna. Now, I want to say it was eighth grade, so fresh. Yeah, because we were me and my best friend. We just graduated, and we were friends from like she's third grade, and now we don't talk to each other. But yeah, we went fishing with his dad and his best friend from the Vietnam War. They're vets. It was like a boat. We went out tuna fishing, but I really didn't fit catfish. I guess catfish and trout, but no crab or shrimp. But yeah,
Yo, what are three things you're afraid of?
uh, kind of learned to let go of fear because I didn't like the way it always controlled me. But I'm getting comfortable with dark water. I used to be afraid of looking down, not being able to see the bottom. Like,
No,
yes,
I will not do it.
I don't know what's in there, and I don't care what your scanners can read because I don't trust it. But
No.
yes, that like jumping in the ocean, my adrenaline's gonna be pumping, and I'm not gonna stop moving, so I'm gonna get eaten by a shark. I know that because he's splashing. They think you're a weak animal. But yeah. Um, another fear I have to say, damn, I'm not as scared to be by myself. I've always been a bit of a self. I can self talk, I guess you can say.
Are you afraid of dying?
Nah, death isn't. It's just like living. I look at it like if I'm living, I know next is going to be dying. I'm not afraid of it. Like it's going to happen no matter what. So I don't have a fear of it. But I'm
Yeah,
it's not
that's
like I'm
really
going to kill
interesting.
myself. I want to live, but I'm not afraid of it. Like it can happen anytime.
Yeah, I want to
Used
break down what you just said. Like, it's
Okay.
gonna happen. There's
Yeah.
not. I mean, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You have to expect it. Is it just it's a part of life. But is there something after that, or is that where it ends?
I never. I think it is like if you think you're going to go on the ground, that's it. I don't think that that's the body. Yeah, but what's that energy that keeps our heart pumping? Science don't know. They said it's the blood flowing. Let's take that blood out and see if there's voltage in. There's no voltage in blood, so there's something of the brain and the heart working together that gives voltage. That's some type of energy we don't know. Like they don't know the human body. They lie their asses off all the
That's
time.
really interesting.
But it's just to me, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just citizen science. I guess you say anyone is that. But it's something I think about, like the spark between your heart and your brain. Because if it stops communicating with your brain, then your brain cat, you need to chill out. Really get annoying. You just don't longer feel, like they say you lose connection with your brain, you're done. But your heart's still pumping. So something's there, but it's just not working right.
Yo, have you ever seen anyone die in front of you?
Yes. In my arms, come once in my arms, and then damn. Yeah, I've been around a lot of drugs, you should say. So I think that's one reason why I learned to know my limits. Like I wouldn't be like more and more, and I'd be like, good. Where that chasing a high thing, I've seen that kill people like real bad. Like they
Right.
always want to chase the high. I'm like, there's so many other things, but once everyone's different, we're all different. Like there's always something else that makes us go farther. And I mean, they went out the way they always wanted to. They wanted to go out freaking on that high. And it's like, geez. It made me think that they didn't see anyone to kill themselves, but or I'm sorry, and take their selves. You know, I say kill themselves, take their selves, and they didn't seem mad or angry about it. Like they were expecting it. Like their life was at such a low point that they said there's nothing else. And these were like older people. Like I was around people that were like 20, 30 years older than me. Even when I was a little kid, I was hanging around with people that were older. I just felt I was like an old soul, people said. Like I just was like that. So from young to old, I just seen all kinds of people just overdose and take their subs. But I want to say maybe
That's
10
deep.
people in my whole life. One person in my arms, 9 I've actually watched or walked by to get help for him. But yeah.
All right, yo, we got 4 more questions for you, okay? If you could be any like how can I like explain it? Like background, like any country that you could be born in and raised in, like which would it be?
Uh I'd have to go Nordic, like the original Nordics, like where there was no we're better than you guys. This you're that type of person, we don't talk to you. Like you accepted every person you ran into what they are. Like you listen to them, you learn from them. You don't
Mhm.
sit there and say that's not right, like they do now. Like they would sit there and they would listen to each other and they would move on in life and they make a bond and be friends with everybody they ran into. Where now, if you meet someone, one person's comments like, "Oh, you don't like what I'm saying? Oh, I don't like you." All I said is I look at it differently. I never said I don't like you, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like people stop getting mature because when you get mature, you just want to sit down and listen to other people, whether you don't know it or not. You know what I mean? So kind of like that kind of way, I guess you can say. But
Yeah, how much is rent in California for like a 1 bedroom apartment?
I don't know about a 1 bedroom. Actually, yes, I do. We were looking in Menifee. There, ooh, right by the college over here, junior college, about 12 a month for 1 bedroom.
Nothing included?
No, you got to pay for your own washer and dryer, but it comes with refrigerator, stove, stuff like that. But you got to pay for your washer and dryer. Um,
Like no utilities included, like no trash, like any of that?
right.
It's like
Trash and power you got to get in your name, but it goes through the complex you're paying for. So you're part of your rent, I guess you can say.
that's really decent because here in New York you got to pay separate for your fucking rent, for your electric, for like
Really? Wow.
it's stupid.
Cable's different. Some of them, the cable's included, but then if you want to add stuff, of course it's going to be more, but very few are left where you can, the internet and the cable's part of it. But usually the trash and power, it's part of paying your rent. They'll add it on to it.
That's pretty crazy. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
crazy, man.
So in New York, they actually separate. That's great. That's like owning a house. Like,
Some places
wow.
it's rare they have everything included. I mean, but like you have to find it. But most like 98% of places you got to pay rent and electric separately. Like where I live, they take care of the trash, the snow, the lawn, but we have to pay the electric. I mean, the water is included, like hot water to an extent, but then like once the hot water kicks on, then the electric kicks on, which is the boiler and all that stuff. So it's, it's
That's
crazy, but like for a 2 bedroom, I pay like about 800 a month for a 2 bedroom.
damn. Jeez. That's not too. Is it? That's more on the outskirts or more in the city?
I mean, it's like a little on the outskirts, and I mean, but still, like
So
directly
silly.
in the city, it's gonna be double. I mean, if I was directly in the city, and I mean, just if
Uh,
there's
what
just like there's no way to live directly in the city unless you have like a straight up career. Like, there's no way. I mean, a one
double?
bedroom is like not even a one bedroom. It's a studio. It's like 21 a month. A studio.
You get closer to the beach in LA, that's how expensive because you're right, more in the city. Along the beach, the coast, PCH, and LA and San Diego, it's more expensive. But where I'm in, it's like 70, say 80 miles to the ocean. If I do a straight shot, 50. So you are right.
Mhm.
Closer to the cities, it's more expensive. Yeah.
It's just like it's so crazy. I mean, like back then it wasn't like that, but just
No.
nowadays, and just like the surplus, the price of things, the government. I mean, it just
Yeah.
it's like all you do is work to live. Like that's all
Yes.
you do.
It's sick. It feels really sick. And then once you retire, you're living on beans, rice, and bread. That's like your whole life.
Seriously,
Like,
yeah,
something needs to change. It really does.
yeah.
Unless
Like
you're,
my poor parents, like they're retired, they live on Social Security, like all that stuff. Like they get
Mhm.
shit a month, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, how do you get this little a month, or how much? Like, how do you get this amount a month? Like, and
You
it doesn't
busted,
make sense to me. It
yeah,
makes
you
no
busted
sense.
your life to the system, and you get shit when you're done. That's like, wow, right? Is that what you mean like that?
Yeah, like yeah, it makes no sense. Like it's completely mind blowing. Like how, like and why? The, maybe there's just no answer, but in time, that's just the answer with anything, in my opinion. I mean, you break up with a girlfriend you've been with for 5 years, it's gonna take you time to get over it. You
Yeah,
lost a loved one, or you went to a funeral, you're gonna get over it. It's
yeah,
gonna take time, like 3 months, 4 months, you'll be good. Like time is the healing essence, but
true.
stuff like that just is like it's very confusing. I mean, all right, so we got two more questions for you. Okay. If you were to move anywhere and live permanently, where would it be in the United States?
In the United States. So I've always wanted to study the Ozarks. So anywhere from St. Louis to Colorado, anywhere going up the Ozark Mountains. Something about that, man. I don't know. I just had like I just want to go there and live. Just like hike that the rest of my life. If I could, I had enough money just to drive up and down that and see all the crazy stuff people say that locals say they see in the mountains. Like just see if it's real. Just be still as hell. Cause I'm a real still. I can be still like a freaking tree if I'm leaning against something. Like I won't move, and I'll straight up freaking have like a camera, just like waiting. Cause yeah, but I'd have to say something like that just to have fun. We don't know, but people say they see it, but they never have no proof. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Something
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we don't know, but something interesting. So, yeah.
All right, and then the final question that we have to know, okay, what types of buds do you like the best? Do you like homegrown shit? Do you like hydro stuff? Do you like purple haze stuff? I mean, because here in New York, we got a whole bunch of different strains and shit. Like, I
You
mean,
guys do. You have a lot of growers, man. Damn, they do. A lot of YouTubers are showing their growing system inside their apartments and stuff. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of freaking different strands. Like, oh, we just go around trading each other. I'm like, that is awesome.
yeah, legit. Like, yo, one of my buddies, he has a channel. His name is Jays for Days. He's on my featured channels list, and he's got a great channel. It's for educational purposes, also because it's legal here. It's
Hell yeah.
legal.
Yeah, it finally is, huh? That's right. It's always been there for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, a couple years ago, it was legal, and then before that, it was down the
Medical.
drain. People they're just frowning upon it. I mean,
Isn't
you
that
could
weird?
possess up to an ounce. I think you could hold up and grow to two plants at a time or something like that for only self purpose. Like, and there's medical cards. I mean, I have a medical card. I've been to marijuana dispensaries, and this shit is so expensive. It'll make your fucking mouth water, and you're gonna scratch your head. Like, what? Like, are you serious? A small little vape shit, like a THC cartridge, $85.
for 1 gram, right?
$85. Like,
Jeez, that's
wow.
ridiculous.
And they
This
don't even sell the flowers there at some dispensaries. Like they only sell tinctures, capsules and vape.
oh,
So
man.
like they don't have the flowers. Those are the four forms of marijuana. And then you got like dab hits and what's the other shit? Keef and opium, but really that's just like an absurd amount. I mean, when you go to some dispensaries, there's people that like do knockoff shit like on the slide, like a half. Um, like it's their yard, it's a dispensary, but it's their yard. So it's like half and half, and it's legal. So like people have these events, there's gummies, there's edibles, they bake stuff, there's liquids, like
Oh hell yeah! It's
it's
like a
like a
compound of
menu.
weed.
It's like a fucking Woodstock of weed. Like it never stops.
That is awesome. Fuck yeah! Wow, that is awesome. But yeah, it's the same thing with the grams and cartridges out here. I just saw one the other day. It was like $80. I'm like, wow, that better be some melted diamonds. Like if it's $80, it better be some melted diamonds.
And it better come with a
Oh,
blowjob too. Like it has to.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
But for a gram, I mean,
That's
I don't know.
ridiculous. Mhm.
That's it's like back in the day, like a 20 gram of weed was $20, like 2.0,
Yeah.
like on the scale. 1.0, that's a dime that would get you 10, but like nowadays, like a good 20 bag is like a point 10, like that. It
This
doesn't
is what
even
fucked it up.
equal up to the eighth.
The nicotine in the bottles of milligrams like this is what fucked up the THC. They went off of the nicotine industry for how to measure it instead of how it was. It's like,
Exactly.
don't follow nicotine. You can't measure it up, but that's what did it. Seriously. I know
Hmm.
this. It's like, wait, 100 milligram bottle, and I look at this, I'm like 20 milligram. It's like, why is this thing $100, but this right here is 30? And I looked into it. They're able to charge way more for a milligram of THC than you just said. Like a 20 was 20 grams. They took that crap away and started using milligrams or milliliters. I'm just like, that is stupid.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like $20 for a gram, like 3.5 and an eighth,
yeah.
like two, a couple eighths and a half, like 4/8, and it just like you you could pay probably like $100 for a half ounce here. I mean, decent, like really decent, like buds, and then like some people charge 50 an eighth, like 30 an eighth, but it's shitty weed. Like you're gonna have to smoke the
Yeah,
whole thing in one setting to get high. Like who wants to do that? It's dirt,
that's
it's Brownsville, it's regs,
it's
it's shit.
Brownsville. This thing looks like oregano. It's
It's
yellow.
got seeds in it, it's got stems, it's poking you. I don't want that shit.
If this shit comes south of the border, fuck. That's what I grew up on in the 90s. It was that or it was Kush from the Cottonmouth Kings. But I can never get just a peaceful bag unless I had to go like towards San Francisco. But yeah, man. That they give you 20 grams because about 3 grams of it was stems and seeds.
Seriously,
I
like
still had 16 grams left, so it was worth it still. But
like a fucking half ounce for $50, like an ounce for $80, like a brick, like straight like shrink wrap like a brick.
that's what my friend's parents used to get when they went down to Mexico. They got bricks inside their spare tire.
The most terrible thing ever. It gives you a headache. You could keep smoking and smoking and smoking. It does nothing.
So my buddy's dad used to decarbolize or deboggylize. I forgot. You put it in the oven for like 250 for 30 to 40 minutes. You got to watch it, and then he'd dry it out, and then he would barbecue shrimp, steak, chicken, and he would ground the buds up on it. So it was you get high as fuck eating the food. This was back in the 90s. He was doing this. And it's like, yeah, it's been around, but people they thought smoking it was everything. But he's like, oh no, I used to do that because he had Agent Orange jumped on him from the military when he was in war.
Yep.
So he got a card he got for free all the time, once a month. He said he had okay to come from the border into the United States. He just had to check it to make sure there was bugs or something on it, but it was like a military card for medical because they wouldn't really sell it here. But yeah, that was something that was real.
Yeah, it's like so crazy. Like there's probably less than a handful of states that are not legal for marijuana, but pretty much like here in New York, they make the case, smoking cigarettes in public in certain places you cannot do. So therefore, if you want to smoke vape or marijuana in public, it's like you got to do the same thing 25 feet from the building or whatever it is. But you can just fucking pretty much walk down the street puffing a fucking blunt and like just blowing it, and like a cop's walking by, like, and they can't do nothing about it at all.
The beaches are cool like that. Like, you can walk along the trail. They can call the cops. Cops like, hey, it's okay along the beaches, smoke weed. It's so open. There's no buildings. You won't even get a contact high. Like people, oh, you guys should smoke it. It's like seriously, fine. Know what? I'll go walk in the ocean and do it. So we'd go in the ocean and just joint and light up, walk up and down. There's kids running all around us. Parents were like, yeah, keep them calm.
Yo, how many nude beaches have you been to?
I've been to one by accident, and oh shit. I was 15 at my buddy's house. They lived about a mile from the beach, so we just got our bikes and rode on the path. And gosh dang, it was like the Richie part, but we didn't know. We were just like, we're just riding. We didn't give a shit. We are just kids, whatever, just exploring. And damn, it was past LA headed north. Can't remember because he didn't live. He lived up in the mountains, like away from everything. But we drove down. His parents always want to be within a mile of the ocean for some reason. But well, I started looking to my left. He looked at me. I'm like, dude, why are guys naked? I don't know. Like, let's get out of here. And then we saw older ladies naked. We're like, wait, what the? I was like, dude, this is a nude beach. When you're a kid, you think anything over 30 is old. But yeah, there was one time there. One by San Diego. That one was by watch. Not Del Mar. Del Rey. Somewhere around there, there's another private where people own it, but there's like it wasn't marked nude, but they're able to be nude on it. And we were just like, hey, they're waving. We're like, hey, okay. I was a little bit older on that one, but just total unexpected.
You're like, your eyes popping out of your heads. Holy shit, you're getting the fucking little heart on. You're like, what the fuck is going on with this shit?
I don't know. What is that? A titty bar? I can just walk along the beach? Fuck yeah.
No, that's fucking funny as hell.
It was really funny.
All right, before we close out, all right, what is one piece of advice you would give to the world and to people all around you?
Just be yourself. Don't follow. Just do what you're gonna do. Don't change to fit in. Just be who you are. There's enough people following people and doing stuff, but just be yourself. That's it. Yeah. Be honest, honest to yourself. Know your limits. Probably about it. For as far as just my own perspective in life.
Yo, that was well said. That was well said. But yo, we're gonna have to go to sleep. We appreciate you hanging out, bro. It's been fucking so fun hanging out and asking you all these crazy questions and knowing your experience from like a different part of the world.
It seemed like we're a world apart. We think about it, man. We're like on two sides of a country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's like each state, its own world, own experiences.
Yeah, I mean, because like there's shit that I mean back then you had the like earthquakes of the 90s in California, but then like here I had 9/11. Like I was like I seen 9/11. Like I was right here. I mean, so like we've both been through shit that each other hasn't seen and that we can talk to each other about, and other people that have been through shit that both of us haven't been through and we're seeing. And
We
that's
should
just
talk
like,
about 9/11 next time with the what you were there and all what happened and what you felt. That would be
yeah,
something.
bro. Yo, I was just talking about that in the Fat Joe interview, me and my buddy, because he's from Brooklyn. He was right in the city too when it happened. Like, it was, I mean, like, just in a small nutshell, I was in 10th grade. I think it was, yeah, I was in 10th grade. I was a sophomore. And then teachers come in with the little cart with the TV on it. It's like a little fatback TV, and then they're plugging it in, and like, this is what's going on. It's a live news. And then I'm like, wow. But even before that, like, I'm going to school. I'm stopping at my grandmother's house to get a couple of dollars for some breakfast on the way in, and then I'm seeing the shit on the TV. And when I get to school, they're bringing the shit in. It's like second or third period, 9 o'clock or like 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's a full update what's going on, and all you could hear is like people screaming and fucking like people dying, like, and smoke everywhere. Like, it was just like a really distinct smell of death. It was it was, I don't know, like, I was young, but I was growing up to the point where I was to an adult. I could fully understand what was going on, and still to this day, you cannot, wrap your mind around it, because it's something that is never going to happen again, hopefully, in history. And all those people that were there and involved, I mean, innocent people, you know, people that tried to help and save lives of, those that were injured, and just like to hear the screams, and I mean, like, schools evacuating, and like, it just like something that, I mean, I've had two experiences, this and some other shit that happened, that were pretty much the most like traumatic that I've ever experienced ever. Like, there's nothing that I'll ever see. I mean, like, I went to the highest mountain that I possibly could find, like, driving outside of the city and like getting into like the suburbs, like the woods, and getting to the top, and like being able to smoke a blunt and still see everything in the distance, just like smoke pouring out, like, and you could, just for miles and miles and miles, it didn't stop. It was in the river. I mean, like, the subways were shut down. Like, New York was going crazy. Like,
It came to a stop with as far as any type of travel. Just
it was, yeah,
uh,
like, you couldn't do nothing. You were walking, like, you couldn't drive in the street. Like, people were
locked.
stuck in their apartment buildings, like right near the World Trade Center. Like, it was a movie. Like, and then if you actually seen, like, I think there was two movies or three movies that were made about 9/11. I
Which
seen them.
one did you like? The one that you feel like said that you got the vibe from the most since you were there? Because I've seen one, but I just
I
want to know.
mean, like the very first movie that they came out with, I mean, with that like little plane type shit. I mean, like, that was kind of, I mean, I'm only looking at the outside in, so I'm trying to see like what's going on in the plane. I mean, but when you watch the replays, like, and then not just that, but New York City got hit, Washington got hit, and then like there was another plane that got hijacked and hit, and that crashed and missed something else. Like,
Yeah, it was a bit like a
three
government building to something.
three major incidents all in like one set. Like, it was just,
You think after the Twin Towers, everything else government would have been, let's get stuff up there, let's protect it. They didn't do that. It's like they missed a step. And it's like we're supposed to trust these people to protect us, but they can even protect, like, once something like that, that's an attack on a country. Like, you need, if we have all this protection, jets, ground to air missiles, yo, where the hell when it was active? Like if they
Yeah, I
were
mean, like you're
like,
100% right. They didn't act, I mean, fast enough. I mean, Bush knew about things that were going on, so I think he had a lot of answers that were kept a secret,
yeah,
and he
propaganda.
just, I mean, him, Bush.
It's crazy. Like everyone thought complete opposite of him. Like he was a, but yeah, scary shit. Just
Yeah, but that day, like, will be, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years down the line. It'll be a memory like Pearl Harbor or,
yes,
the
yeah.
Oklahoma City bombing or, like the Columbine shootings. Like, it'll just be a memory. And that's all that amounts to. Like, unfortunate. Like, it's really sad, but
Yeah.
collectively going back to, I mean, because I was at the World Trade Center before and after, so I've been to the actual Twin Towers, like I've seen them in person, and then I've been to the memorial afterwards too, and like in the
Wow.
same area. Crazy difference. Like, it
You
just,
feel the energy is just different there.
I mean, like, you go from the Twin Towers being at the time like the second tallest building in the world. I think the Empire State Building was the tallest, and then, but just like not seeing them there, like from the New York horizon, like if you're coming into Manhattan, like from the Brooklyn Bridge or the Triborough Bridge or like whatever bridge it is, but like something that you can't see. Like, you're driving on the BQE, which is the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. So it's like the FDR, which is the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Expressway. Like, these are
Wow.
just like little highways within the city that run along the river where you could see, the Statue of Liberty, the World Trade Center, like the Upper West Side pretty much is Manhattan, Upper West Side.
Oh,
And
wow.
like, a shame. It's just a fucking shame, man. But like,
It's like
what
history
you
completely erased it. Like it was never there. Something like that almost. Like so surreal
and
like
to
feeling.
see it in person, like before and after, like I can remember it because I was a kid before, but afterwards I was obviously like a teenager, and seeing it, the memorial is beautiful. What they did with the space is like they had the waterfall and like the flowers and the monument and like all that stuff. It was
Wow.
breathtaking. Like, it was, something that will be forever remembered, but cemented as one of the most horrific attacks, like in your, like just in our history. Like, you can't
Really.
even dream that up. You can't even write it up. Like, you can't even make a movie better than that. I mean, they made movies, but you can't make it better than that. You can't get the actual phone call conversations. You can't get, the dialogue from the passengers of the plane, or you can't get the hijackers. Like, it's just all speculation what it would have been. They
And
might
it's all
have
like
a
2 minute
couple.
clips. It's not the whole thing. So they're using 2 minute clips trying to line it up to make them say, "Oh, this was a whole conversation." You're
Yeah,
like,
they
you can
might have
hear
some, but
the
not.
pitch
Yeah,
change, but they try and say it's, "Oh, here's a 2 hour clip." It's like, nah, you can hear people's voice change. Because I'm just like you said, I like music, I like audio. But like it's like, nah, I was calling every 2 minutes. You can hear a voice pitch change, so you knew someone else was talking, but there it sounded good. But I was calling them out. I'm like, nah, keep on looking for a full, I mean, 2 hour conversation. I want to hear the one from the military though. Supposedly when the towers say, hey, we see a plane that's in and out of radar coming from this point. And the military lady was laughing at him, like, is this for real? He's like, yes, like one of our planes have been hijacked. We have no communication with them. They've been hijacked. And then the lady was just the military lady that takes the calls like dispatch wise, so that the military, hey, we need to get some jets up there, was laughing at this person from the airport, whatever they're called, ATS, right? Is that what they call it? Or am I have ADHD and bipolar. But the security for the government for the airports, they were laughing at them. The government was. I was just like, wow, not taking them serious. Yeah. And then like 2 minutes after the plane crash, they were still joking after it already happened. Like it showed the time when the plane hit, like it showed the video, and then the call and the date, everything was the same. And the people were laughing and they didn't even realize the plane hit yet. 2 minutes after it happened. The TSA still didn't know, and then they were still joking and laughing about the plane headed towards New York. Too close. It's just like,
Because I
geez,
think that
that's
the
sick.
first plane missed, if I remember correctly. I think the first
Yeah,
plane missed, or was it there at the
it
World
was
Trade or the Pentagon? But somewhere, one of the planes missed the first time, and then it was just straight kamikaze. Like,
yeah.
I'm
Like,
taking you and myself, and like, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's the sickest part of it all. Like, I'm gonna take my life, and everyone else is here. Like,
for a call of their God. This like Allah told them. That's what they want us to think, kind of thing. But like, yeah,
it was
what
more
was
than
the
that.
reason? It was. It
Yeah.
was definitely deeper. Like, yeah, something deeper. Did you see that skull cloud from the second building? They did different angles of the smoke and stuff. I swear, in one of them, for a good 5 seconds, you saw like an evil thing in the smoke. Like it was like I wasn't even looking for it. I'm like, holy shit. So I paused this YouTube. I kept on going back, and I didn't see anything about it. But I was like, dude, that looks like a freaking evil skull rising up from the black smoke. But some other people said they saw it, but I didn't say anything to them. I'm just like, holy shit, okay, they see something too. But there was some type of evil, man. Like definitely, I don't believe in spirits and all that because I never saw them. But I've had weird experiences, but I just can't explain it, so I don't believe. But yeah, that was creepy. Like an evil, something evil was there when it happened. But freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, like, even though if you don't live directly there, I mean, it still affects you. I mean,
Yeah, like it didn't. It's crazy why it even had to happen. Like, what was it? Still no answers. But
it
yeah,
was like, I don't know, like randomly comparing one of the worst bad dreams that you ever had to like a
uh,
really like horror, like scary movie, like all combined into one. That'll just, I don't know. And for people that like lost people that they'll never be able to find, like they never found their bodies, they never found their remains, and they were, it was tarnished, it was vanished, it was extinguished, like gone in thin air, literally. Like that is one part that sticks out in my mind. Like, yeah, you can have something to remember them by, but I mean, perished literally. Like people flying out of buildings, hitting other buildings,
that
like
picture.
a movie set, like stunt scenes.
It's crazy. There was a picture of that one guy falling head first.
Yeah, yeah,
Some I forgot who it was.
like 70
Yeah,
floors.
and someone took a picture and made millions of money. I'm like, you made millions of money off of someone's death. Like, how sick is humans on that day that was so sad and people lost lives, like you're saying? Some person made $1 million off a photo from some piano player. Freaking A, I forgot. But he needed it. And it's like you make money off the most destructive, horrific, like you said, that happened in this country, and you're making millions of dollars off it, like it's a profit. Like, come on. It's so sick to see. Like I would never do that. I wouldn't even show that picture. Like I would totally be like, no, just no one should buy something that where so many people lost their lives and you're making money off like a person's death like that. Like that's sick to me. But yeah.
The fucking sad times. I mean, like, just, I don't know. That day, I mean, anytime there's something that happens in history, regardless of what it is, I mean, remember like a couple years ago, the people rushed the White House, like they
Oh
were
shit.
attacking all this and that, like things that happen, like you just remember it stands out in your mind. I mean, the MLK march, like, the speech, like in Washington, like things in history that all happen. It doesn't matter if you're there or not, if you're alive or not for it. You know about it, you find out about it. I mean, and you understand it. So when you can understand something, you really have to know the things that you don't know. Like that's the key right there.
Yes, you never really know what it. Yeah, that's how I always keep my mind too. You know what? Wow. Oh, I met you, man. Yeah, I think the same way. Like, we never really truly know. It's yeah, you're right. I like that. Wow.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like
We have a podcast.
things things could change, and it's the same fight, different round. That's
Yeah.
what it amounts to.
Holy crap. True. Yeah, stop.
But yo, this has been awesome. We're chilling. This has been Jim Jones, the interview, episode 9. We're chilling. Thanks for being here with us, fella. We'll check you, man. Peace out.
Peace out. Take it easy.